it was a lie. Someone passing out of this life into the next was a reminder of just how fragile the human body was, and how quickly a life could be snuffed out. Her thoughts drifted to the dragon bones. One of her mother's favorite sayings was that all life was precious. The dragon was just as valuable as a human life. At least, that was her thinking. It was sad that others didn't share that philosophy, though it was something Faith had learned to accept, since few rarely agreed with her thinking. They thought her too soft-hearted. So what if she stopped her car to allow a butterfly to flit undisturbed across the road? Why did it bother people that she caught and freed lizards, frogs, and geckos that regularly got into her house? Who did it hurt when she pulled over and halted traffic to help a turtle make it over a busy street? Her actions did nothing but help animals and make her smile. Life was precious. Man may be at the top of the food chain, but that didn't mean they couldn't, and shouldn't, treat animals with kindness and respect. She wished she knew if the dragon had been treated thus, because she couldn't shake the feeling that something terrible had happened to it. More answers were beneath the dirt, but she would have to wait another day to find them. For now, she was needed in the village. Faith sat up and let out a sigh. The first thing she'd done upon arriving in the village was go and see the body of the dead worker. She hated that she hadn't remembered his name without being told. It wasn't that she didn't care. It was that there were so many workers, and she concentrated on doing her job. The truth was, her excuse was lame. She should know all of their names. These people wanted to be at the dig to uncover history just as she did. The least she could do was acknowledge them. Not that she had that problem with muscles. Her thoughts halted at the image of him that popped into her mind. There was no reason for her to think of him. Why did he have to push his way into her head? Now that he was there was no pushing him out, no matter how hard she tried. She rose and dropped the towel before rummaging in her bag for clean clothes. Her determination was strong to forget about muscles for the day. Why then did she think about his palms running up her legs when she put on her panties? Why did she imagine his hands cupping her breasts when she clasped her bra into place? Her mouth went dry as she recalled being within the confines of his strong arms. Her stomach clenched as she remembered how his azure eyes had watched her. She bit her lip as her nipples puckered. Yearning, powerful and fervent, coiled lasciviously through her. It encouraged and compelled her to follow through with the longing within her. Her palm flattened on her stomach and rose upward to her aching breasts as her eyes slid closed. She could practically feel Muscles' heat enveloping her as it had the night before. How stupid of her not to take advantage of their time alone. She wanted him, and she should have grasped the chance that had been given her. She was jerked out of her illusion by a knock at the door. Her eyes snapped open, and her hand dropped to her side. "Faith?" She was more than a little disappointed that it wasn't Dmitri's deep brogue she heard. "Yes," she called out to Tamir. "We are gathering below." "I'll be right down." She dropped her chin to her chest for a moment. In that second, she gave in to everything she felt for Muscles. Then she shoved it aside. Dressing quickly in a pair of her favorite jeans that went everywhere with her, a white sweater and brown boots, she was prepared to face death. She quickly blow-dried her hair, added a bit of lip gloss, and a pair of gold stud earrings. Then she was out the door and down the stairs. Tamir was waiting for her. He gave her a half smile and held out her coat. As soon as she walked outside and felt the bracing wind, her mind once more went to Muscles, and how he'd stood unmoved in it the night before. "They are at the hall," Tamir said as they crossed the street. Faith nodded. There were so few people on the isle that they had no restaurants or pubs. The only place to find anything to eat was the bird observatory. I need to give the authorities the